Tim Cook's no layoff strategy wears thin as Apple presents some workers with a choice. Reapply for your job or get laid off.
Okay.
What? What are you laughing?
Nothing. I was going to present a question, but you threw me off with this.
Present. I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I read the headline.
Okay, well, it's more of a comment.
I just read the headline.
I guess Apple's not really impervious to, like, laying off people.
You talking impervious on this show?
Yeah.
And so what happened there? It's a matter of time now?
Yeah, just these big companies who hired during COVID.
Oh, my God. Did you see this story? Maybe this just happened like an hour ago.
Okay.
Or no, 12 hours ago. But I don't know if you have it or not. Cash App founder killed in San Francisco?
I do, yeah.
Oh, you have it? Wow, people just...
That's the next story.
That's insane.
Yeah. He got... Well, we'll talk about it.
All right. Okay, we're going to talk... You just want to talk about this first. All right, so Tim Cook's no layoff strategy... He's going to lay people off eventually. Yeah. It's like these other guys laid in the tech segment laying off 10,000 people. You have to assume it's going to hit over here. And then Apple post-COVID was like, can you guys come back to the office? And everyone's like, no. And then they're like, oh, look at this big infinite loop thing going on.
It's pretty cool.
Spent a fortune on it.
Yeah,
like, you got pods. You can do whatever you want here. You can get a massage over here. Yeah. We got a huge buffet and chefs and we got everything you want here. And they're like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, oh, I'm trying. And then he's like, all right, fine. Reapply for your job or quit. Enough already. Yeah. The latest, eliminating jobs across its development and preservation teams, a corporate retail division that oversees the maintenance and construction of Apple stores. Most employees in these departments are being asked to reapply for similar roles. Employees told Bloomberg's Mark Gurman those who don't will be laid off and receive up to 4 months of severance pay, although they could be rehired. That's a weird one. Reapply for your current job.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do again? Okay, we don't need that anymore. Then...
Is that it? Because they're saying reapply for similar roles.
Yeah.
Well, if it's similar, what is the reapplication? What is the purpose of that? Mm-hmm. I think it's a way of saying, hey, the move comes after Cook began cracking down on corporate workers, turning a blind eye to its hybrid mandate. Yeah. Failure to comply could lead to termination. That is, of course, the coming into the office thing, which I feel like obviously people are not into. Though it's not a company-wide policy, Apple's also reportedly tracking its employee attendance through badge records and issuing warnings to those who aren't coming in as much. I don't know, man. At some point, you got to believe a company of Apple's stature has some type of data and details on what's going on with these employees, and whatever data they're looking at, I don't think they're really enjoying it.
I do like the timing of it, Apple being almost kind of late to the game, because
they're normally late to the game. They're like, hey, those layoffs, it's our turn.
Yeah.
Hey, Apple, stop copying Google.
I don't know. I might be thinking too much, but it could be strategic, having Microsoft, Amazon, and, Google laying off tons of workers right at the beginning, and then Apple quietly doing it at the end. It might be a strategy. I don't know.
It's definitely a strategy. This clip you just watched is sponsored by LaterCase. If you have been looking for an impossibly thin case to put on your brand new smartphone, you need to check out LaterCase, available for both Android and iPhone. Check the description of this clip in order to get a special offer.